Is the world safer under Biden's foreign policy? That's the question we're posing today. We're taking a hard look at President Biden's approach to international relations and its implications for global security. We're setting our sights on 5 geopolitical hotspots: Gaza, Jordan, Russia, Ukraine, China, and the Korean Peninsula. Each presents unique challenges, and each has been touched by the Biden administration's decisions. As we delve into these cases, we'll assess whether Biden's foreign policy has made strides toward stability or if it has stoked the flames of conflict. So let's delve into the first case: Gaza. The Israeli-Palestinian conflict has been a long-standing issue, and Gaza remains a significant focus. Under the Biden administration, the dynamics of this conflict have seen some shifts, some subtle, others more pronounced. The administration's approach thus far has been one of cautious engagement, attempting to balance the delicate intricacies of Middle Eastern politics with a broader commitment to peace and stability. Recent events in Gaza have tested this approach, bringing into sharp focus the challenges of navigating this complex geopolitical landscape. The administration's reactions to these events have been measured yet decisive, attempting to mediate tensions while reaffirming its commitment to Israel's security and the pursuit of a two-state solution. However, the impacts of these decisions on the ground have been mixed. While some progress has been made, the overall peace process remains fraught with difficulties. The road to peace in Gaza is a long and winding one, and the Biden administration, like those before it, is finding its way through an ever-evolving maze of political, cultural, and historical complexities. While the situation in Gaza is complex, let's now turn our attention to another area impacted by Biden's foreign policy: Jordan. Earlier this year, a drone attack on an American military base in Jordan triggered a swift response from the Biden administration. The incident, which saw an unmanned aerial vehicle targeting American personnel, was a clear provocation. This act of aggression was no minor event and demanded an immediate reaction from the Biden administration. President Biden responded with strength and clarity, condemning the attack and vowing to bring those responsible to justice. His administration worked closely with Jordanian authorities, reinforcing the strong ties between the two nations. This cooperation not only expedited the investigation, but also showcased Biden's commitment to fostering international partnerships in the name of security. However, this incident wasn't without its consequences. It sparked a fresh wave of debate about the presence of American troops in the Middle East. It also challenged the regional stability, igniting concerns about further escalation and potential retaliation. But Biden's handling of the situation, his firm yet measured response, sought to maintain peace and restore calm. This event served as a testament to Biden's approach to foreign policy, a blend of power and diplomacy, marked by a readiness to act decisively when American lives are at stake. Now that we've examined the Middle East, let's shift our focus to Eastern Europe and the ongoing conflict between Russia and Ukraine. The conflict in eastern Ukraine between Russian-backed separatists and the Ukrainian government has been a geopolitical hotspot for several years. As we delve into the Biden era, we see a shift in America's stance towards this conflict. The Biden administration has been more vocal about its support for Ukraine, condemning Russian aggression and reaffirming its commitment to Ukraine's sovereignty. Biden's approach also includes reinforcing diplomatic efforts and increasing military assistance to Ukraine. The administration has taken steps to bolster Ukraine's defense capabilities, supplying arms and military equipment to help Ukraine resist Russian advances. Moreover, Biden has sought to leverage sanctions as a tool to deter Russia's destabilizing activities. The administration has imposed new sanctions on Russian individuals and entities, demonstrating a willingness to take a tougher stance against Moscow. However, the impact of these actions on the ground and regional stability is still a matter of debate. While some argue that Biden's approach has helped to deter further Russian aggression, others suggest that it has yet to bring about a significant change in Russia's behavior. The conflict continues to smolder, threatening peace in Eastern Europe and testing the limits of Biden's foreign policy. From Eastern Europe, we now move our discussion to Asia, starting with China. China, the world's second-largest economy, has been at the center of numerous global debates and conflicts. Its rising influence and assertiveness have been met with apprehension by the Biden administration. The two superpowers have been locked in a tug-of-war, with technology, trade, and human rights being the main points of contention. Under Biden's foreign policy, the U.S. has sought to confront and cooperate with China where necessary. The administration has been vocal about China's alleged human rights abuses in Xinjiang and its handling of the democratic city of Hong Kong. It has also continued to challenge Beijing on the technology front, seeking to protect its own tech industries and intellectual property. However, the stakes are high. These rising tensions between the US and China have implications for global security. A potential military conflict in the Taiwan Strait, or an escalation of the trade war, could destabilize the international system, affecting economies and political landscapes far beyond the US and China. In this complex and high-stakes chess game, Biden's strategy appears to be one of careful balancing, standing up to China while also seeking to avoid a full-scale confrontation. It remains to be seen how this approach will play out in the long run. Finally, let's take a look at the situation in the Korean Peninsula. The Korean Peninsula has long been a flashpoint for global tensions, with North Korea's nuclear ambitions a significant concern for many. Under Biden's administration, the approach has been one of cautious engagement, seeking to balance deterrence with diplomacy. It's a stark departure from the previous administration's more confrontational stance. The Biden administration has expressed openness to dialogue with North Korea, while maintaining a firm stance on the denuclearization of the peninsula. This has involved a careful calibration of military, economic, and diplomatic tools. The administration has also been active in engaging regional players, particularly South Korea and Japan, to form a united front. However, the complexities of the Korean Peninsula mean that the road ahead is fraught with uncertainty. North Korea's continued missile tests and its apparent unwillingness to denuclearize pose significant challenges. The potential implications for regional and global security are enormous. The Korean Peninsula remains a key piece in the larger geostrategic puzzle, with the actions of the Biden administration having far-reaching consequences. Now that we've examined these 5 cases, let's summarize what we've learned about the impact of Biden's foreign policy on global security. So, is the world safer under Biden's foreign policy? We've journeyed through key global hotspots, from Gaza to Jordan, from the Russia-Ukraine conflict to the rising tensions with China and Korea's precarious position. Biden's foreign policy has seen a fair share of challenges and missteps, with some questioning its efficacy and others lauding its boldness. His decisions have stirred waters, caused ripples, and ignited debates. The real impact? Well, that's still unfolding. While the answer may not be black and white, it's clear that Biden's foreign policy has significant implications for global security, and these will continue to unfold in the years to come.